And good Friday morning to everyone. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather, and I guess we'll call it headlines. We do a little bit of everything here, and eventually I'm going to have to come up with an additional name for this because weather only may be kind of deceiving. So I'm going to work on that. If you've got a clever idea, let me know. Maybe it's just simply Scotty Ray's Weather News. I don't know, but we need to add something. As we look at headlines, if you're waking up, this should grab your attention by all means. Let me pull this up where I can show this of overnight happenings in Meridian, Mississippi, if you're watching from this. And those that say we don't have crime, well, we do. And the only way to stop crime is, number one, to admit that you got it and then go after it. And we support the police department and everything that they do. But this should concern you of what happens nowadays, of criminals, how they try to take over. And I've got details here. I'll release a statement on it in a minute. But let me pull this up and show you the map of what went on last night in Meridian, Mississippi. As we do this, a car was shot 10 times last night near MPD. Now, it was not here on 22nd Avenue. It was just off of this near the Village Apartments. This would be on D Street. A gentleman was driving down the street. He was passing someone walking. They were wearing a hoodie, a black male, at which point the black male produced a pistol and shot the car 10 times. For whatever reason, and however it happened, the man did not get hit by any of the 10 bullets that rang through the car. The windows were shot out, and he immediately pulled in to the Meridian Police Department. He was here. He turns here and pulls into the parking lot of MPD. That's within a block or two of the Meridian Police Department last night. Again, fortunately, no one was hurt, but scary. All of this going on in our town, that someone could be driving down the street and gunshots ring out. Now, here's the flip side of this of what we don't know. Did the two people know each other? I'm not sure. Did the person walking mistaken this gentleman for someone that he thought was him? I don't know any of that, and we won't know. There will be an investigation that goes into this. But regardless, someone was driving down the street, and their car was shot in our little fair city here 10 times. Yeah, it wasn't one. He meant to shoot him, without a doubt. It sends a message of who's running this town, being that very close to a place of where the police are. I mean, that's within blocks. You got to really have guts to do that, not be scared. And he just disappeared into the night. Wow. Y'all think on that one. We've got everything that goes on down through here. This is the heart of the city where this went on. So y'all think on that. Just so that you know, and I'll type up a little thing here in a minute and put that to where you can share it and be seen more. You're more than welcome to share this newscast also to get that message out there. But a scary situation as we wake up and look at what happened last night. As Mississippi is a carry state, make sure, I'm just saying, carry yours no matter where you go for protection. Always. It's always good advice. If you don't have one, there's folks that sell those every day here in Meridian. Go by and visit a few of them. I'll tell you about it. And always good if you've never handled a handgun to go take a class. There's several people. My friend Mike Street teaches those every day if you've never had that before. But that was the breaking headlines from overnight. So just so long as everybody knows and is aware of what went on last night, I don't want anybody not to know. So we'll share that here in just a few moments after we turn this off. I'll get it typed up and I'll send that out to where you can share that. As we look at what's going on nationally, as we kind of turn our thoughts to other things that are going on, we'll go over a lot of these stories that are coming up at 8 o'clock in the morning show with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we look at, I've talked about this so many times with me and Candace, the grab and go. In California, they're not really scared because, well, they let them go. They're smart. They keep it below the $1,000 limit there to where if you steal something, they can't do anything to you. So it's catch and release program. Kind of like how our border works. How's that working for us? Oh, yeah, it's not, is it? But that's what we're seeing in these far-off western states. Will this eventually come to us? It absolutely will. Now, we've got stouter laws in our area for people that break the law and do those type of things. But that is on the horizon to where they will come into your business with 10, 15, 20. Sometimes if you've got a big one like we saw, 80. We'll watch that. Alec Baldwin getting called out of you. I didn't watch the interview last night, but apparently he denied everything, said that he didn't do the shooting. Now, the best I remember, they were filming this at the time, and what I was told was he fired the gun. He says he didn't. There should be evidence to back this up. John Snyder calls him out and says it's, as the old term goes, that's BS. That's not true. We'll get into more of this. Says he doesn't feel guilty about it. I would feel horrible. I don't care what the circumstances were. He says he's mad at George Clooney, too, for digging at him about gun safety habits. They shouldn't have had live bullets on that movie set. We all know that. Let's see here. The deal with the Dugars. Are you up on this, the child porn case? That's they're having court this week on this. And there's just really... this guy's got problems. They have found on there a baby being tortured. FBI had it hid. He had secret software on his computer. His wife had a program to where if he looked at something he shouldn't, it would alert at her. He had bought a sophisticated program to block that. Wow. Tough. We'll find out more about that as it goes into court and all of this keeps going. It looks like they may find him guilty on this. Still innocent until proven guilty. Let me put it that way. Travelers in the United States will need to get a COVID test within 24 hours of a flight now, even if they are vaccinated and a citizen, is what the White House is saying. So if you travel, you fly, that is what is in. And this is also from state to state. This is not if you're going out of country. This is if you get on an airplane and you go from here to Houston. That is what they're looking at doing. So be prepared for that if you're flying. Let's see here. Boy, this stuff with Maxwell, the trial that keeps going on, she was just more or less the madam. We'll talk more in depth on that coming up here. Let's see. And also, Ohio deputy is indicted for murdering a man that he shot 5 times after mistaking his Subway sandwich for a gun. That's not going to turn out pretty. Also, before long, do y'all remember the case to where the officer, and I don't have it in front of me at the second, I remember seeing a headline on it yesterday of the lady that mistaken her taser for her gun, and she shot the guy instead of that's getting ready to head to court also. We'll look into all of these stories and much more. But again, the story from our little neck of the woods is that car shot 10 times last night. We'll talk more in depth on that this morning. Also, I hope you'll join us. All that's on the way. How are you feeling today? I hope good. We got a few folks up and stirring. We'd love to hear from where you're watching from this morning. Let's see. Goes out to Robin Sullivan. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm glad it is to myself. That Flora Overstreet joins us. Miss LaWanda Grantham, Donna Eldridge. How are you? God bless you. I appreciate you watching there. Charlotte Paget, how are you today? Also, Barbara and Glenn Smith join us there. Hope everybody has a good weekend. It's going to be a sunshiny weekend up until, and I'll tell you about the rain here in just a moment. It is coming. Roy and T. Roy Ellis joins us this morning. How are you? Let's see. Also, Joy Hanson Robinson joins us there. Charlie Paget says, was there anything about a little girl that got hit by a car yesterday? I have not gotten that information. I'll check back. Was that in the city or in the county? You could give me some more information on that. We'll dig into that story to find out. Also there, Charlie. Appreciate that. But at this point, I don't know. Also, Janice Bounds, good morning to you. Robin Sullivan, she says, Scotty's headline news and weather. That may be the ticket. But I do need to add a little bit more to that title there so it'll make more sense. Bree Packer, how are you today? Lamar Henry joins us from Kemper County. Glad you're out there. Never leave home without one. That's right. Sylvia Stewart joins us as I get tongue-tied today. Also, Joyce Snowden-Godwin is watching along with Elma Talbert, along with Denise Bounds. Good morning. Carl Merchant, how's my friend doing there in Ocean Springs this morning? Hope all is nice and calm there. You used to be the Popo, didn't you? Also, Jamie Burt, good morning to you, along with Melinda Rucker. Good morning from Little Rock, Mississippi. Gone through there many a times. Nice folks in Little Rock. Also, Larry Smith joining us from Philadelphia. From the big city of Porterville, we have Danny Simmons joining us. Also, let's see, in the city, it was an apartment complex. I'll look at that and see what I can find out. A lot of times I hear of hit and runs, and most of the time it's where somebody bumped a car bumper and they drive off. I'll check into that. Thank you for passing that along. Also, Reggie McKee joins us, and Carl Merchant. Nice. I bet it's real nice down in Ocean Springs. It's always a good view. Enjoy yourself, my friend. And I don't know, are you retired yet? Enjoying life to its fullest? I hear that's great if you ever make it to that way, but most Americans get faced with, well, it just doesn't pay anything, and they just can't get by with just a Social Security check of $700 a month. Isn't that about what average? Every now and then you get lucky if those last few years you pay in a little bit more and your check is higher, but boy, it's tough just to make it off things like that. So many jobs nowadays don't come with a package the way it used to be. You remember that when you got a retirement package? Those days are gone. They disguise it in 401ks, and not much happens with it. The $2 you put in there gets a quarter added to it. We all know that. You've been down that road. Anyway, I'm not going on that this morning. Retired and living the safe life here. Go ahead, Carl. Dorothea Harrison joins us. Joyce Gressett, good morning to you. Also, Ward Sullivan, watching from Watapeka, Alabama. You grew up Meridian. Thank you. Did I pronounce that right? Watapeka? If I'm wrong on that, let me know there. Appreciate that. All right, let's look at radar, what's going on this morning. We got some thick fog. If you're out getting ready to go somewhere this morning, make sure you leave early. We don't want you caught up in this. This is a huge area that we've got fog all around Meridian. This goes north of us as well. Let's pull up radar. Let me show you just how bad this is this morning. You see all of this gray area here from San Antonio all the way almost, well, it does have southern Georgia involved in it, northern Florida as well. All of this yellow that we've got here is fog this morning. This even goes down to Mexico. Let's start over here at San Antonio for our friends that are watching in those areas and come across. We come up here to San Antonio. This is Victoria, Texas, down to Corpus Christi. If you ever come across that big bridge there at Corpus Christi, there's a great steakhouse on the left just past that. But boy, look at the fog on that. That bridge is tall, and you make your way into that Victoria, Texas. This will go on up into San Antonio, the fog this morning, up through Austin. Then we'll come across here to Beaumont, where there's always a construction job. Those guys at the MDOT there, or Texas DOT, let me rephrase that, we'll never have to worry about somewhere to go work because it's so much there. A little bit of fog popping up there around Dallas, Plano area, north of there into Oklahoma as well. As we look at that, you've been through Oklahoma. It's some beautiful territory there. We come back down into Shreveport, where the hayride used to be, and we've got a lot of fog there also. Always good to use that bypass if you're going through Shreveport, if you go through that area. You have to catch it early, though. You'll pass it if you're not careful there. But a great way to get around it, and it's quick and easy. As we get a little closer here from Beaumont to Lake Charles here, if you're going to be traveling 10, look at all of that fog on there. Down to New Orleans. New Orleans got a lot, too. As we get into the Mississippi coast here, and let's zoom in on this. All along 90 here, look at all of this fog that we've got clear to Mobile. It's thick. Even when you get right here at Gulfport, it'll there at 49. Look how heavy that is. We go north through here, Moss Point. These areas have it too, and we follow 63 up Highway 49 toward Hattiesburg. It is lots of it. Interstate 59 all the way through Hattiesburg is going to have this through Laurel. Now, we get in here, over here to Jones County here, Wayne County. Look at this. We still have it. We move northward toward Lauderdale County, and it's going to get worse. As you get, let's turn on locations here where you can see a little bit closer to what we've got going on here. We get all of this area here at Pachuta. Right there's the line across where the Clark County Co-op is, through downtown Equipment out to Cooper's Chapel and go north, taking in all of this area here where Clarko State Park is, Enterprise High School, you've got it. Now, when you get into Lauderdale and to Newton County, this is going to all go all the way to the far Scott County line here. We pass right here past the Lawrence Post Office, but really thick, just due east of downtown Newton there on I-20. By the time you get to Rose Mobile Homes area at that exit there at Hickory, it's going to be thick all the way into Meridian here. Past the interstate, as you get past the airport, still thick there. And we've got this showing up on the other side here. You get past Sam's on 20 and all of this area here. Out by the Coliseum, we've got a lot. Downtown Meridian where MCC is, and on up through here. Now, we've still got fog advisories, and we do have it through Kemper County, Neshoba County. Look at this. Y'all be careful now. This is two-lane highway. After this plays out here, this goes into a two-lane into Philadelphia, and I cannot count the times that we have seen accidents happen on this road. Be careful. We even got this in Winston County, if you look at this. All the way up here, we get to where Walmart is, and downtown Louisville this morning. Lake Teocata. Britt, you're going to be singing out there tonight, aren't you? If I'm not mistaken. So be careful these areas. Highway 14, although this is not showing up here, we will have areas on 14 going into Macon. You remember we had that bad accident a couple of weeks back there in Noxubee County where someone lost their life with a loft truck because of fog. I didn't say that properly. But be careful. Leave early home, 10 to 15 minutes. Allow yourself a little bit of extra time no matter where you're going because your life is worth so much more. Take your time. And if you don't have to be anywhere by a particular time, wait this out. This stuff will burn off after daylight. 2-lane roads pulling out and crossing 4 lanes there trying to get to that medium to go a different way. Sometimes it's better to just take a right, go up and do a U-turn and come back. Do whatever makes you feel safe. That's what the bottom line is as we look at what you do and where you go today. All right, let's take a closer look now, and let's get into the forecast and break this down as to what's going to happen today around you and everywhere you go here. Let's get this rolling here this morning.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
All right, as we look at our record highs and record lows of today, 1982. It's an old Randy Travis song, wasn't it? It was 82 on this date. Who would want to go back? What could you change? As we look at the record low of today, it was set in 1929. We had a low of 18 degrees. 29, that was a cold, cold day, wasn't it? As we look at what we're going to happen today, sunshine, the National Weather Service leans towards 75. My radar system tells us we should expect about 73. They're close either way, but we're going to have sunshine peeking through after this fog breaks loose, and as we get up through Philadelphia and these areas through Winston County, 73 to 74, all the way to Columbus. As we go west to the Mississippi River, we'll get upper 70s. Look at this, 77 in those areas, and down to Hattiesburg toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast, at least 76. In those areas. As we cut across to Alabama, what's going on there? Demopolis, y'all will see 74, as we'll see 73 popping up there in Livingston, Alabama, and northward areas there. You'll follow Highway 17. As we go south, Selma, 73, down to Troy, 76 as well. Quick look there at Alabama. Increased clouds, though, but it is going to be warm today. This is what the National Weather Service put out. Now, they were dragging around a little bit ago, and as we looked at my radar, it's the most updated. But the National Weather Service put this out. They were late putting a new one out. It may be out now. I haven't checked back. But this happened overnight through about 10 a.m. this morning, the areas of fog. And they do put the areas south of Laurel heavier. But as we saw on my radar, it's creeped into this area right here. Also, taking in Clark over to Newton County and Lauderdale County, these areas here, and touching a little bit there into Neshoba County. Be careful if you're anywhere on this map here. And if you don't know where you are, send me a text. And I'll tell you where it is and where you're located on a map. What's going to happen with these temperatures? Look at that. We're dead in this. We watched this creep across from California, across Arizona, these areas the last 3 to 4 days, and it has arrived. We are above average in the Deep South. It is December, and we're looking at upper 70s. Can y'all believe this? Which means one thing, we got to have some rain coming with this. And let's hope no bad weather. Nothing's been predicted at this point. But here's our 7-day forecast. And let's look at this and break this down of what we've got lined up for us. This patchy fog through about 10 a.m. today. We'll get 73 to 75 for that high. Tonight, more of the same. The fog will move in after 3 a.m. Now, our low tonight's only going to be about 52. That's warm. To where we've had some of these nights in the 20s. Now we're back up into the 50s. Saturday we'll roll in with sunshine, 73. We will get a slight chance of showers there, about a 20% chance. Now, the National Weather Service giving this a little bit higher percentage on Sunday night as we go into this. 73 there for a high on Sunday. The National Weather Service says overnight they're giving it a 60% chance, and we'll watch this closely. The National Weather Service is leaning higher than my system at this point. I'm giving it a 40% chance. At this point, this could rise higher as we get all the way through Wednesday with heavy shower activity with a 70% chance by Wednesday. So anytime from Monday on, we could see some wet stuff. We'll watch it. By Friday and Thursday, the rain moves out. And we look here toward Friday, and it looks like December 17th, all the way down here, we're still near 70. That's almost Christmas. Can y'all believe that? Santa Claus is coming in a drop-top Cadillac, as they used to sing, as Elvis did. But warm weather, it looks as though all the way toward Christmas. It could change. It is Mother Nature. We watch this daily, and we know it can change within hours. But we'll update as these things happen to keep you up to date with the very latest here. All right, let's talk about deer hunting today. If you're going out, we're going to be giving away another free mount coming up on Monday from Jay's Taxidermy and the Battle of the Bucks. If you get lucky, make sure to enter your deer. Here's our deer forecast for today. The first major time today is going to be a nooner. From 12 o'clock until about 2:30 this afternoon will be the best times to be in the woods. Now, you've got other times that the second major time doesn't even register. But right there at dark 30, it always gets a little bit better. So if you're in the woods, good luck to you. But our best time to hunt today is during lunchtime. Now, what will the wind do? It will be calm, becoming west-southwest around 5 miles an hour. That'll change as we get into the weekend. But today, not bad. 5 miles an hour by late afternoon. That's a quick look at your forecast there. A few other folks checking in with us. Donna Roseman, thank you for watching. Denise Burnside had some beautiful weather. Enjoy it. That's true. Laura Orfland, how are you this morning? Glad to see you. Foggy in the Clarkdale area. We're getting there from Roy Ellis. Also, Stephen Wanda McKinnon joins us there. Happy Friday from Terry Ray. A few folks out there. We appreciate y'all joining and sharing this each morning with us. Now, we're getting ready for the morning show. We'll get deeper into all the details of everything that goes on with us here locally and abroad across the United States. Things that matter to you. If you haven't told anybody about us, let us know. You can join us several ways. Television, MeTV, that's 24.3 on your dial, or you can do it at 248 on Comcast. We're also in Newton, and we're in Philadelphia as well on the cable network. You can join us online anywhere on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and also Twitter. Some of the ways to watch. However you get here, we're glad. A big thank you to all the sponsors. You'll see them there on the screen. Local folks. If you'd like to be a part of that, contact me. We'll tell you how to do that also. Be ready. We've got her getting her makeup on. She'll be here in a moment to let us know how the day's going with Candace. Join us at 8 a.m. in just a little bit with Scotty Ray's Weather. Thank y'all for dropping by. We'll see you soon here with Scotty Ray's Weather and headlines or something. We'll get a name, won't we?
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by